All life is one. The world is one big home, and all beings are members of the one big family. Creation is an organic whole, and no man is inseparable from that whole. And miserable is that man who tries to separate himself from others. Separateness is death, but unity is eternal life. Cultivate cosmic love, embrace all, include all, recognize the good in all, break down all those barriers, racial, religious, and all those natural prejudices that separate man from man. Behold immortality in all. Behold the essence of immortality in all things. Protect all animals. Hold all life as sacred. Then this world would be a paradise of beauty. It would be a heaven of peace and tranquility. Knowing that the Atma is in all beings, how can you hate anyone? How can you exploit anyone? How can you sneer or frown at anyone? How can you be intolerant? Is this not the height of your ignorance? Feel that there is just one big family. Champion the idea of one humanity. Live in peace in one world, knowing that we are all the children of God, that the whole world is His family. Feel this. Realize this, and you'll be happy forever. Behold the Atma in all, the one in all, the all in one. Feel, the whole world is my body. The whole world is my home. Feel, I suffer and enjoy through all bodies. I work through all hands. I see through all eyes. I hear through all ears. Repeat this formula many times during the day. Chant God's holy name. It doesn't matter what you're doing. Walking, sitting, writing letters, doing your chores about the house. Chant God's holy name. His name is the real bread of life. His name has tremendous power. His name makes the senses powerless, turns the mind within. It ultimately helps you to realize Him. And just as there cannot be a temple without light, there cannot be a kingdom without treasury, there cannot be a well without water, there cannot be a garden without flowers, shrubs. Even so, there cannot be life without God's name. So night and day and night, chant His holy name. It will remove all your problems, all your tension. Give up talking so much. Give up thinking so much. And think about His holy name. And so it was that I planted the seed of divine love in the temple of my heart. I watered it with tears. I nourished it with curtain and japa. I built a fence of dispassion around the garden of my heart, wherein my Lord ever dwells. I sing, I pray, I meditate. I have His power to strengthen me. I have His wisdom to guide me. His love caresses me. His shield protects me. And His grace inundates every pore of my being. I'm completely dedicated to the divine. I am completely absorbed in the love and grace of my beloved. Let friends turn into enemies. Let disciples all leave. May I be burnt at the stake, thrown into a cage of wild animals, rolled from mountain summits high. Nothing can hurt me now. I have pounded illusion and won the battle over birth and death. Let this be your goal, to become a liberated sage in this very life. This is the greatest service you can render, to become a liberated sage. To realize the divine reality and then express this in every part of your being and life. And this is the need of the individual, each individual, to realize the divine spirit or the divine reality within. And until he does, man will suffer, because while ever you belong to this world, or while ever part of you belongs to this world, you will suffer miseries. It's only when you belong entirely to the divine that you become free. It's only one who constantly thinks of God can know his real nature. And he alone knows that God reveals himself to seekers in various forms and aspects. God reveals himself in the form which his devotee loves most. His love for the devotee knows no bounds. He loves to hear his devotees say, "O Lord, give me a place at thy lotus feet. Keep me always in thy company, and let my love be sincere and pure for thee." A real lover of God says this. It's not an easy path. The impressions of the past are stronger than the impression of the present. You've got to have great patience, perseverance, and endurance. Every part of the path has to be won from great resistance. At first there is much work, devotional discipline, japa, meditation, reading the Holy Scriptures, as well as worldly duties. But as one makes progress towards God, outward activities gradually lessen. A man becomes liberated in this very life when he knows God is the doer of all things. Not even a leaf moves except by God's will. Where is man's free will? All are under God's will. We must realize this and be able to say in all sincerity, "I am the machine and thou art the operator. I am the chariot and thou art the driver. I move as thou movest me. I do as thou makest me do." We do not need to know the motive of God's action. He creates, he preserves, he destroys. The aim of human existence is to attain bhakti, love for God alone, not to understand God's motives. Devotion is exclusive love for God alone. There is nothing in the devotee but God consciousness. He becomes one with God in spite of himself. And this is the highest truth. It's the law of absoluteness, where the soul goes from one plane of consciousness to a higher plane of consciousness until it reaches its perfection and becomes one with God. And this is where the devotee knows in all truth, "I and my Father are one." But the four afflictions in this world that prevent man from realizing these truths: egoism, hatred and jealousy, clinging to life, and attachment. Attachment and compassion are two different things. Attachment is minus towards one's relatives and serving those attachments, whilst compassion comes through grace of God. Through compassion, one serves all beings. God cannot be realized without purity of heart. One receives God's grace by subduing the passions, lust, anger, greed. Then one sees God. The pure of heart shall see God. One cannot obtain knowledge if one has the least trace of worldliness or the slightest attachment to woman and gold, or money and passion. It's all the same. So live in the world, do all your duties in the world, but ever keep your mind on God. To evolve to higher planes, we must make daily affirmation. I am a being far greater than I have as yet conceived. I am unfolding gradually but surely into higher planes of consciousness. I am moving forward and upward constantly. My goal is realization of the true self, and I welcome each stage of unfoldment that leads me towards my aim. The Atma is your innermost immortal soul. But through ignorance, man forgets his true immortal nature. The Atma is the support of the body, mind, and senses. It's the substratum of the world. Realize the Atma, and you attain everything. That enjoys his Atma. It permeates, absorbs. It is the inner essence. Om, Om, Om. One who has realized his Atma, he feels, I have known all there is to be known. I have no fears. I have no desires. I have attained all there is to be desired. All of my duties have been fulfilled now. I am what I am, ever free, ever perfect, ever united with the infinite. God has a master plan. We have our parts to play. Play out your part well in the worldly game, but do not fetter yourself. Keep your mind steady on the lotus feet of the Lord. You will swim in an ocean of divine bliss. Have no attachment for this mortal body of flesh and bone. Make up your mind to give up your body at any moment. Be absolutely fearless. As long as you have the least identification with the body, so long you cannot expect self-realization. Exhibit undaunted spirit. Make a strong resolve. I will die to realize. Birth and death, bondage and freedom, pleasure and pain, gain and loss are mental creations. Transcend the pairs of opposites. You were never born. You will never die. Thou art the immortal self always. Thou art ever free in the three periods of time. It is the physical body that goes and comes. Recognize that thou art the living truth. Realize that thou art always inseparable from the one essence that is the substratum of all these illusory names and forms, these false, shadowy appearances. Get yourself firmly established in Brahman, the light of lights. Nothing can disturb you now. You have become invulnerable. Feel this. Feel this through intuition when you enter into deep samadhi or the supreme silence. The god of death will tremble before you now. You must not be afraid of Maya now. She is under your perfect control. Stand firm like yonder rock. Move about in the world now like a lion and lift up the young struggling souls out of the mire of samsara. Disseminate knowledge of the self. Share it with others. Be Catholic. Be liberal. Be universal. Be all-inclusive. Love all. Be kind to all. Expand your heart. Have space in your heart for all, even that man who is planning to poison you. Rely on your own self, your own inner spiritual strength. Stand on your own feet. Do not depend on money, friends, or anyone. When the friends are put to a test, they will desert you. Lord Buddha never trusted even his disciples. Do not desire to possess. Possessions bring pain. Become absolutely free by identifying with the inner self, thy inner ruler, immortal. Challenge the whole world now. Enjoy the bliss of Atma. The river of Atmic joy is flowing all around. There is a deluge of bliss of self. Drink this nectar to your heart's content. Care not for the world. Go thy own way. Let others hoard up wealth, become multi-millionaires and mill owners. They are miserly souls only. Let others become barristers, high court judges and ministers. They are still ignorant men. Mind not a bit. The wealth of the three worlds is nothing before the spiritual wealth of Atma Janani. This is the Creator's will, and it is his will that no one shall be freed without Brahma Janani. This is Jnana Yoga. Each morning, just sit and feel that you are something apart from the body. Feel I am that I am, soul of the soul, eternally pure. I am all purity. Om, Om, Om. The sexless Atman am I. Om, Om, Om. Neither fear nor death have I, neither distinction nor caste, neither mother nor father, not even birth have I. Neither friend nor comrade, neither disciple nor guru. I am all purity, am I. Om, Om, Om. Pervading everywhere, and yet beyond the senses. I am neither salvation nor anything that can be seen. I am eternal bliss and awareness. I am all purity. Om.